Hello everyone and welcome back to Silverrun Forest. We have reached episode number 3 and we're still doing the multiplayer co-op with Nordic Farming now that he's joined us. Last time we were busy buying some very large equipment that Nordic brought with some seed money that we gave him from proceeds from our Elm Creek series. So yeah, we had a big log loader and also a much bigger Volvo forestry machine, and we cut quite a lot of wood down and got lots over to the old sawmill to make materials for the roller coaster and getting that fixed up. Today we've got some next plans, and that is that we don't really need to take any more wood to the old sawmill because it's nice and filled up. So we are actually going to switch to selling wood, and there's a nice way in which we can do that using containers. So I'm going to hop down to the dealership this morning and get a container. And whilst I do that, Nordic is going to be winching up some of the logs that last time we cut but didn't get a chance to collect up and get over to the old sawmill. He's going to do some winching and I'm going to go grab a container. And the idea is we'll load up the container and get that sold for making some money. Because yeah, we need some money to help with the next stages of Silverrun. We need to buy a plot of land and we need to get an iron furnace so we can start getting the metal ore into the furnace to make metal for the roller coaster. It's all very complicated, but yep, you'll see how we get on today. Oh, there was a trailer down here already, so I didn't really need to bring this one, but yep, we are at the dealership, so let's buy a container. So Nordic and I wanted to go for the biggest container, which is 12 meters. And that unfortunately means it doesn't fit on our Flegel low loader. So I've parked that up and we've rented the bigger Schwarzmuller one, which can take the 12 meter long container. It just hangs off the back there, but that's quite alright. So yeah, let's get this big old container back up top of the hill so we can get loading some logs in there. Right, so here we go. Nordic has started gathering a pile of smaller logs. I think we want to probably park the container up over here because the plan is we're hopefully going to get a yarder as well, so we can cut some of the trees on the hill and use the yarder to drag them up the hill. There we go, he's loaded the first one. Okay, so we've loaded our first log, and it did tell us that it was shorter than 12 meters, so that would drop the price of the container. But nonetheless, we put that in just to test it working. Nordic is whizzing off down to the shop to go and get the yarder, which will mount to the back of the tractor. So in the meantime, we are going to jump in the forestry machine, and we'll start cutting down some of the trees on our hill. Now we want to cut them into 12 meter lengths, so we can maximize the profits in that container that we've got. So yeah, right, we want to pick a nice location that's going to have a lot of trees because the yarder is going to go down the portion of the hill, and we want to make sure we've got lots and lots of trees in that direction to cut down. So let's head on down here, but before I do, I'm just going to set this to 12 meters. So this could go horribly wrong, but we want to make sure that we use this to cut the trees down to an appropriate length. So let's head on in and see about cutting down some of our trees. There we go, let's cut that one. And if we lift that up, we should be able to drag that around and sort of cut it up the hill so it's not going to roll, although it's probably not the best angle, so that will probably roll a little bit. And there's a tiny little smidgen for the top, but that's not too bad at all. So yeah, we're going to crack on and cut down quite a few trees, 12 meter lengths, so I'll see you when we've made some good progress. there we go. So, bit of a mishmash, but we've cut down a lot of trees in this channel here. And you would have seen the cable above me, which is the yarder, and Nordic was winching them away up the hill. Now there's a couple left here which are too heavy for the winch, so we're going to have to either grab the winch that goes on the back of the tractor or bring the log grab down here to grab them individually. But yeah, this system has worked really, really well, and I've been pulling logs from either side to sort of make a sizable channel down here. And of course we could have probably gone a bit further out than this tree here, which is our sort of marker tree, which is where the yarder is connected up to and gives us the base to be able to winch the trees up the hill. But yeah, at the top of the hill we've got probably a sizable pile of logs now, which Nordic is loading into the container, and yeah, looks like we've got quite a lot loaded already. And we have a look at how much it's got in there. 37,000 litres. I reckon it probably takes about 40,000 based on how it's looking. Yeah, we keep getting the message come up saying that we've loaded the wrong length for the container. It's meant to be loading 12 metre, but obviously every tree tends to have a little bit on the end, which we are loading as well, which isn't 12 metres, but yeah, we just thought we might as well load it because it'll just stay on the ground anyway. But yeah, once Nordic has loaded up this, I think we're going to switch the yarder to adjust the arc of where we are foresting, and we'll go down this way, and we'll probably run the yarder for a little bit. So yeah, let's wait and see till this is all loaded up. So here we go, a full container, 44,000 litres. So let's close that up, and Nordic's going to take that over to the container sell point, which is near the old sawmill. I think we'll probably follow as we do in the quad bike. Here he comes. Right, so we are at the sawmill, and I think it's not in the old sawmill area, but somewhere over here is where we sell the containers. So I'm just going to hop over the railway track and try and find it. I think it's over this way. Here he comes, turning in. Brilliant. Let's see how much we're going to get from this. I'm very hopeful. Whoa, 144,000. That is brilliant. That's good, man. Nice earnings. Right, whilst we're here, we've got a quad bike. We might as well see if we can climb up the old log stack. Oh dear. Hey, it's a bit bumpy, but we made it to the top of the stack. Right, Nordic is jetting off back to grab another container, and I think this time we're going to go for a 9 metre one, because 9 metre logs is probably going to be a bit easier for our yarder to manage. Cool, look at this. Proper off-road tech is this. Right, let's journey back to our lodge, and we can set about forestering the next section. I think I'm racing the train that's to the right of me. Oh yes, he's done him. Oh, that was a close shave. Right, so we're back at the lodge, park up, and we need to set the yarder up on a slightly different angle. And it's the first time I've used this, so I'm going to be having the help menu open just to get it sorted. So we want to... oh, remove yarder rope. Right, so we've detached the rope and we're going to set a new spot. So I think we'll go somewhere where there's a bit of room either side, just so we've got a good wide range. Now Nordic said it was best to make sure we've got a bit of clearance so we can drag the logs in and have got space for our log grab to come and get them. So I think about here looks good, and yeah, we want to set that down, and probably then want to hop out, come along and set up yarder rope. There we go. Now we want to walk and find a point that is suitable for us to connect up to. There we go. That is now set. Fantastic. Right, so Nordic's going to cut within this area here. So Nordic is going to get working, cutting, and once we've got our first log, we should be able to get the yarder out to us. And I think I can put this menu on and do move carriage, M and N. So you'll see the carriage hopefully moving above us. Where is it? K and M. There we go. So K is out, M is back, and I think we can enable it to follow us. So R enables it to follow us. So we can now walk all the way down here. And once we do, we'll get out of Nordic's way so he doesn't stab us with a log. This is quite dangerous work. I don't think we're winning any health and safety awards, that's for sure. Right, so we can attach tree to yarder. Fantastic. I don't know if we can attach two. Let's just try one for now. And we can set move carriage back up to the top of the hill. That's the other way. We want this way. And there we go. It is dragging our log up the hill. Fantastic. Now I think there's a way, hopefully, that we can drag it in a bit closer. We can lift it up and that drags it right up close. And then we can just simply detach it. There we go. Fantastic. So I'm going to set the carriage to follow me again. And we'll go grab some more logs. So Nordic and I are going to get stuck into this second phase. And see you when we made some good progress. Okay, so we've done quite a lot of yarding and also craning the logs into the container, and we now got full 9-meter container, which is 33,000 litres. So we can close up this and head over to the old sawmill again to sell this lot of containers. So let's hop in the Volvo truck, and we'll probably do a little reversey just so we can get some good clearance, and do a little U-turn. Nordic is folding up the yarder, and I think it's absolutely fair to say that the yarder and all of that side of the logging, which has been introduced as part of the Platinum DLC, is fantastic. It's really good fun to use, so I highly recommend. And yeah, the yarders and managing all the logs with the containers, with the cables, is just really good, really effective. And we can move lots of logs in a short period of time. So that is really awesome. Right, so we're going to take this container to sawmill, and hopefully we've then got a good amount of money to be able to buy a plot of land, the iron furnace, and we might even get one trailer load of iron ore to the iron furnace to start metal work off. So let's head over to the sawmill first of all, shall we? Right, we are here at the old sawmill, across the road and across the railway track. Now that's one thing that's fair to say, is this map is absolutely beaming with character, and all the things like the railway crossing, the logs, and how it just looks and feels is fantastic. Right, 121,000. So that's pretty decent for our 9-meter container, and yeah, that's giving us a cool 450,000. And we would have had 500,000, but Nordic has just purchased a piece of land, and that's where our iron furnace is going to go. So let's get this trailer back. We'll probably return it actually, because probably done for containers for now, and we might want to lease it again another day, and maybe even purchase it if we've got enough money. But there we go. Nordic has just placed the iron furnace for $180,000. So we'll go and see what that looks like. We've also got to buy a trailer to transport sufficient iron ore capacity, and we also need to buy a bit of a beefier wheel loader as well, so we can load it faster. Right, I've returned the low loader, and we are going to get this random dumper for $75,000, and this is going to help us shift some of the metal ore. I think we'll change it to American wheels and do a little bit of tweaking here. Right, there we go. Let's buy this, and we've got a Silverrun number plate. So here is our new random trailer, and Nordic has arrived but slammed into the lamppost. Maybe he's had a few to lunchtime bevies. Right, that's loaded up, and Nordic is going to be buying a new wheel loader. Okay, so we've bought the Volvo wheel loader and a 5,000 litre bucket, and we're going to head over to the iron mine. And yet we had to borrow a amount of money to buy the wheel loader and bucket because we didn't quite have enough, but we wanted to buy the Volvo brand because it's part of the Platinum DLC. We could have bought a much cheaper class wheel loader, but yeah, we wanted to use the Volvo equipment. So yeah, we've got a small loan to repay now. But yep, Nordic and I are heading over to the iron mine, and we can get loaded up. And I think down here somewhere we've got our... Oh. Right, so if we turn left here, we should find the area that Nordic has purchased and where he's placed the iron furnace. So here we go, this is the iron furnace, and Nordic is carrying on to the iron mine because he's got the slower wheel loader. Yeah, this is the iron furnace, and we'll be back here shortly to deposit some of the metal ore that we load into this rather suitable random dumper trailer. It seems to fit the bill. So let's head on and follow Nordic to the iron mine. Alright, I think we've made it. And here we are at the Iron Peaks. Oh, I think I took the long way. Could have taken a slightly shorter way. Yeah, we'll get set up here. Get the cover turned open. There we go. We can just shut down the Volvo for now. And perhaps Nordic and I can load at the same time. He's got the new wheel loader. I'll get this old Volvo out of the way. In fact, I don't think it can even reach. So let's just move it out of the way. And yeah, I'm not sure if that's going to have reaching capacity. But we'll let Nordic do his thing. He's very good at working the old wheel loaders. And once he's loaded that up, we will take it to the iron furnace to start smelting it into iron. Has this got enough reach? I think it might just about. There we go. Right. Of course, we did use this and this smaller dumper, so I think that's got about 4,000 litres in it, but we're not going to be using this equipment. It's too small for the operation Nordic and I have got going on, so we'll just park it here for now, and I'll let Nordic get busy doing his thing and loading it up. Oh yeah, he's making good progress. 5,000 litre bucket, so should fill this in no time. So we are loaded up. We've got 60,000 litres in here. So Nordic and I are going to do a run to the iron furnace. And what is great is we've now installed the Kubota pack, so we can both sit in the truck at the same time. So here you go, we've got Nordic and I sat in the same truck. Fantastic. Right, Nordic, let's head off and go drop this iron ore at the iron furnace. Right, here we are at the iron furnace, and I think we unload over this away. So let's get ourselves into the right location. There we go. Iron metal ore going into the iron furnace, and we should be able to kick off that process and get it smelting. As you can see, the iron furnace has appeared on our production chains menu, and we can take iron ore and convert it into metal, so 416 ore to 380 metal. So let's activate that now, and that's going to do 24 cycles at $120 per month, or day in this case. Brilliant. So there we have it. We've got some metal ore in our iron furnace, and that is now smelting away to make iron. And that's going to go towards the metal that we need for the roller coaster. But what a fantastic day it's been. We bought a yarder and some containers, and we worked on the hilly part of our lodge area where we've got plenty of logs. Sold 2 containers, made quite a lot of money, but we had to borrow still a little bit of money to buy our trailer, this piece of land, the iron furnace, and yeah, we are up and running. So I'm hoping next session we're going to have some materials ready to start taking to the roller coaster. Yeah, that is it for today. Hope you have enjoyed watching. If you have, remember to drop a like, and if you've got any tips, tricks or things you'd like Nordic and I to do, then feel free to leave a comment. Check out Nordic's channel for his perspective of today's session. But all there's left to say is, hope to see you again next time, and until then, catch you later. Cheers all, bye bye.